Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters, and welcome back to the Islamic Shahada channel. Allahu Akbar. A wave of Swedish women embracing Islam. In recent years, a growing number of Swedish women have been embracing Islam. Drawn by its message of peace, spirituality, and purpose, many of them have found deep meaning in the teachings of the Quran and the example of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Camila was born and raised in Sweden in a Christian family. Although her family identified as Christian, they were not very active in practicing their faith. Since childhood, she had always believed in God, but she never deeply explored her beliefs. To her, Islam was just a religion associated with Arab culture, and she had little understanding of it. In 2014, Camila began seeing a lot of negative portrayals of Islam in the media. However, instead of blindly believing them, she remained skeptical. She couldn't accept that a religion could be as bad as it was portrayed. This curiosity led her to learn more. A conversation with her Catholic friend became a turning point. Her friend mentioned that Islam is one of the Abrahamic religions, just like Christianity and Judaism. This revelation surprised Camila, as she had never realized the connection between Islam and her own faith. Driven by curiosity, Camila started reading the Quran in Swedish. She finished reading it in about 2 to 3 weeks. Throughout the process, she experienced an overwhelming sense of peace, like a weight had been lifted off her shoulders. It was a feeling difficult to describe, but to her, it was a sign that she had found the truth. One of her most profound spiritual experiences occurred when she had a dream, or possibly a semi-conscious experience, where she heard someone reciting something in her ear. At the time, she didn't know what it was. However, after she started familiarizing herself with the Quran, she realized that what she had heard in her dream was actually Quranic recitation. This moment solidified her belief that Allah was guiding her to the right path. In 2015, Camila officially embraced Islam. This decision brought significant changes in her life. Some of her friends distanced themselves from her, and her family initially disapproved. Even today, some of her family members still struggle to accept her choice. However, over time, most of them have come to terms with it, even if they may not fully understand her beliefs. Now, after almost 9 years as a Muslim, Camila feels deeply grateful. She has never regretted her decision and wouldn't trade her faith for anything in the world. For her, Islam is home, a place where she has found peace, serenity, and a true purpose in life. This Swedish woman's journey to Islam began with her family. Her older sister converted to Islam in 2015, followed by their Swedish cousin in 2016. However, her sister's journey to Islam was not easy. She felt very lonely and faced difficulties being accepted by their family. Despite the challenges, she remained steadfast in her decision. At the end of 2016, as her sister's birthday approached, she learned that her sister did not want to celebrate it. Her sister explained that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam never celebrated his birthday, so she chose not to either. This made her think about what kind of gift would truly be meaningful for her sister. While looking around the living room, she noticed her sister's diary. Out of curiosity, she decided to open it, though she knew it was private. On the first page, she found that her sister had written Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening chapter of the Quran, which is also an essential part of the Islamic prayer. At that moment, she had a brilliant idea. She would learn and memorize Surah Al-Fatiha as a gift for her sister. She knew how much this surah meant to her sister, and she wanted to show her support in a special way. It took her about a month to properly learn and recite Surah Al-Fatiha. Then, on her sister's birthday, she recited the surah to her. As soon as her sister heard it, she broke down in tears. She was incredibly happy and deeply moved by this heartfelt gesture. From that day on, their bond became stronger than ever. This moment sparked a deep curiosity in her about Islam. She felt a strong desire to learn more and started studying Islam in secret. She watched many videos about Islam on YouTube without telling anyone. After several months of studying, she became convinced that Islam was the right path for her. A day before Ramadan in 2017, she approached her sister and said she wanted to fast the next day. However, her sister explained that her fast wouldn't count unless she was a Muslim. That's when she revealed her secret. She had already converted to Islam the day before. In the heart of Sweden, a young woman named Serenity was born and raised in a Christian family. From childhood, she was taught Christian values, but as she grew older, she began to question her beliefs and seek deeper spiritual meaning. Like many others, she had always believed in God, but she felt that something was missing. In early 2024, she started researching different religions, trying to find answers to the questions that had long been on her mind. She was particularly curious about Islam, a religion she had often seen misunderstood in the media. As she delved deeper, she began reading the Quran and listening to Islamic lectures. The more she learned, the more she felt drawn to its teachings. She found peace in the concept of Tawheed, the oneness of God, and was deeply moved by the life of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. One of the most profound moments in her journey was when she listened to the recitation of the Quran. The words touched her heart in a way she had never experienced before. She felt an overwhelming sense of peace and clarity, as if she had finally found the answers she was searching for. She also connected with Muslim women online, who shared their own experiences and supported her in her spiritual journey. Seeing their devotion and inner peace strengthened her belief that Islam was the truth. By mid-2024, she knew in her heart that Islam was the right path for her. She took her time to reflect, pray, and prepare herself. Then, on a life-changing day, she embraced Islam by reciting the SHAHADA, the Declaration of Faith, officially becoming a Muslim. Her decision was met with mixed reactions. Some of her friends and family were supportive, while others struggled to understand her choice. But she remained firm, knowing that she had found the truth and a deeper connection to God. Now, as a Muslim, Serenity shares her journey on TikTok, inspiring others who may be on a similar path. She continues to learn and grow in her faith, embracing the beauty of Islam and its teachings. Her story is a powerful reminder that guidance comes to those who sincerely seek the truth. Despite the challenges, she has found peace, purpose, and a new sense of belonging in Islam. May Allah bless her and all those who embark on the journey of faith. At the time, there were not many Muslims in Sweden, which made Islam unfamiliar to many people, including her. However, she noticed something different about the practicing Muslims she encountered. They were always smiling, happy, and radiated a sense of peace. Their behavior and attitude deeply impressed her, sparking her curiosity about their faith. Driven by her curiosity, she decided to read the Quran in its Swedish translation. As she turned its pages, she was amazed. The words spoke directly to her heart in a way she had never experienced before. Unlike the Bible, which she had grown up reading, the Quran provided clear and logical answers. One of the most striking realizations for her was the absence of the Trinity in Islam. This opened her eyes. She began to question whether the concept of three gods could truly make sense. As doubts about the Trinity grew in her mind, she decided to ask her church pastor and other church members for explanations. However, their responses left her unsatisfied. They told her, "You just have to believe. It's about faith." But for her, faith wasn't just about believing blindly. It was also about understanding with logic and reason. She struggled with the idea that three divine beings could coexist without conflict, as this didn't make sense to her rationally. The more she studied Islam, the more she found clarity and peace. She realized that Islam's concept of God, one, eternal and without partners, aligned perfectly with both her heart and intellect. This realization led her to take the most significant step in her life. She embraced Islam. Her journey to Islam was not just a change in religion, but a transformation of the heart and mind. She had found the answer she was searching for and a sense of peace she had never felt before. Her story is a reminder that true faith is not just about believing, it's also about understanding. For those who sincerely seek the truth, Islam provides the answers that both the heart and mind can accept. May her journey inspire others to seek knowledge, ask questions, and find their own path to the truth. Ronja Nylander, a woman from Sweden, never imagined that she would take such a significant step in her life, embracing Islam. If someone had told her a year ago that she would be taking her Shahada today, she probably would have fallen off her chair. However, her spiritual journey has led her to this profound moment. Ronja's journey into Islam began about 8 months ago when she started working and volunteering with a charity. There, she had the opportunity to meet and interact with many Muslims. These encounters sparked her curiosity about the religion, leading her to explore what Islam truly stood for. As time passed, Ronja started to understand aspects of Islam that she had only seen from a distance. She learned about Ramadan and the reasoning behind fasting. She also gained insights into the concept of modesty and the core values and beliefs that shape a Muslim's way of life. In addition, she found inspiration from Muslim female content creators on social media. Watching other women who had reverted to Islam and documented their journeys was incredibly motivating for her. Her perception of women in Islam completely shifted as she realized the depth and beauty of their roles within the faith. Despite her growing interest in Islam, Ronja struggled with fear, the fear of judgment from her peers and family. She knew that this was a common challenge for many reverts. Beyond this, she had also battled severe depression and anxiety for years. Although she had a busy life, managing a full-time job and running 2 businesses, she still felt a void within herself. However, she found deep peace and solace in the moments she spent reading the Quran and learning about Islam. At that point, she truly felt that Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, had guided her to this path. Her fear of judgment slowly faded away as she realized that the only judgment that truly mattered was that of God. Today marks a significant turning point in Ronja's life. She is ready to take her Shahada and officially embrace Islam. She understands that there is still so much to learn and discover, but she is prepared to take it one step at a time. For Ronja, embracing Islam is not the end of her journey. It is the beginning of a new and meaningful chapter in her life. Maria, a woman from Sweden, never considered herself a religious person. She often debated with her Christian friends, firmly believing that religion was illogical. However, her life took an unexpected turn when she encountered Islam in a way she had never anticipated. Maria's journey began when she met a person who mentioned that Islam was an interesting subject. Surprisingly, this person was not a Muslim, but had studied Islam at university. This brief conversation planted a seed in Maria's mind, sparking her curiosity about the religion. Soon after, she traveled to Paris to study French. In her first week there, she felt incredibly alone, unable to speak the language and struggling to find her place. This sense of isolation led her to reflect on life's deeper purpose. One day, Maria visited a bookstore, and the first book that caught her eye was the Quran, translated into English. Intrigued, she began reading. Initially, she wasn't searching for religious truth, but as she turned the pages, she found the content profoundly logical and relatable. Coming from Sweden, where feminism is a significant topic, Maria was particularly drawn to how the Quran addressed gender equality. She had been a strong feminist, treating it almost like a religion. She dressed like a feminist, read feminist literature, and engaged in discussions about it. However, as she read the Quran, she realized that many of its teachings aligned with her core beliefs about justice and equality. Maria carried a small notebook, writing down passages from the Quran that resonated with her. She would read them while traveling on the metro, absorbing their meaning deeply. The more she read, the more she felt a profound connection to the teachings of Islam. She was struck by the Quran's emphasis on personal accountability before God, regardless of gender. However, she wasn't initially focused on feminism. Instead, she was captivated by the overall logic and harmony within the teachings. She started seeing the world differently. Nature, the seas, the sky, and the earth all seemed to reflect a divine order she had never noticed before. During this period of self-discovery, Maria met a Muslim man who would later become her husband. He played an essential role in her journey, not by convincing her to convert, but by encouraging her to seek the truth for herself. He emphasized that Islam was a personal decision and never pressured her. Their conversations about relationships and values deepened her interest in Islam. However, Maria's decision to embrace the faith was independent of their relationship. She knew in her heart that she was drawn to Islam for its truth, not for anyone else. Maria eventually decided to become a Muslim, and in a beautiful twist of fate, she took her Shahada on her wedding day. It was a moment of double celebration, a new beginning in both faith and marriage. Looking back, Maria has never regretted her decision. Islam brought her inner peace, a sense of purpose, and a deeper connection to the world around her. She acknowledges that life is a struggle for everyone, but she believes that before judging others, people should first reflect on their own actions and strive to live in peace. To Muslims, Maria advises focusing on self-improvement rather than criticizing others. She emphasizes the importance of living by Islamic values rather than merely preaching them. To non-Muslims, she encourages open-mindedness. Meeting people with an open heart and truly seeing them beyond stereotypes is crucial in overcoming misunderstandings. Maria's journey to Islam was not something she planned, it was something that found her. Her story is a testament to how truth can reveal itself in the most unexpected ways, changing a person's life forever. Erica, a woman from Sweden, never imagined that she would one day embrace Islam. Her life was like that of many young adults, focused on studies, socializing, and exploring opportunities. However, a personal connection led her to question and eventually accept a new way of life. Erica spent part of her life in San Francisco, USA, where she studied interior design at an art school. Like many in their 20s, she balanced her time between academics and social activities, embracing the lifestyle of a young student in a vibrant city. Religion was never a central focus in her life, and she had no initial interest in Islam. Everything changed when her brother converted to Islam 4 years before she did. Curious about his decision, Erica set out to learn more about the faith, not with the intention of converting, but simply to understand his choice better. This marked the beginning of her exploration of Islam. At first, Erica approached her research with skepticism. She began reading about Islam, but rather than seeking understanding, she looked for flaws, something that would confirm her doubts. She didn't have an open heart at that stage, and as a result, Islam didn't immediately resonate with her. However, over time, her perspective started to shift. What began as an attempt to find faults gradually turned into genuine curiosity. She spent 2 years studying and reflecting, and during this period, her heart slowly opened to the teachings of Islam. After much contemplation, Erica finally embraced Islam. She took her Shahada after returning to Sweden, rather than in San Francisco. Unlike some who convert after being influenced by friends or social circles, her journey was deeply personal and independent. Since becoming a Muslim, Erica has never regretted her decision. Islam brought her a sense of peace and purpose that she had not experienced before. The spiritual fulfillment and clarity she found in her new faith made her realize that her journey was meant to be. To Muslims, Erica encourages them to be patient and understanding with those who are still searching for the truth. Everyone's journey is different, and sometimes it takes time for the heart to accept what the mind has resisted. To non-Muslims, she advises approaching Islam with an open heart and mind. Rather than relying on assumptions, she urges them to explore, ask questions, and seek knowledge. The truth, she believes, has a way of revealing itself to those who sincerely seek it. Erica's journey to Islam is a testament to the power of patience, self-discovery, and the unexpected ways in which faith can enter a person's life. Thank you for watching this video until the end. I hope it was useful. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.